Hi everyone, welcome back to Chaos Makers Hobby House. It has been 2 weeks since my first garden tour of the season. A lot's changed, so let me show you what we have going on now. Okay, this was how it looked 2 weeks ago. This is how it started. And this is it now. A lot more green going on. My pole beans hadn't even started climbing the trellis. They didn't even reach the trellis yet, and now they're almost at the top of the trellis. Oh, I love this part. I love that this is the entrance to my garden. But let's go in. Look at how lush they are. I'm just waiting for the Japanese beetles to arrive. It's about that time. So this is the Blahilde purple pole beans, and the ones behind me were the Kentucky Wonder. Garlic is doing good. It's starting to look a little rough on some of them, but they're still standing up. A couple of them, I should probably just go ahead and pull that. But overall, looking pretty good. Have a few more stalks over there. I feel like it's a little bit early for them to be showing signs of being ready to harvest, but I haven't grown this variety before, and don't ask me what variety it is because I can't remember. So I guess we'll see here in the near future. This is a soft neck variety, so when it's ready, they will just flop down and lay on their side. The bottoms will brown and they'll fold over, pretty much like what this one's doing right here. You know what? Why don't I just take this one out? It's not longing for this world. Its base is rotten, so let's see what we got. Well, that's not too bad, considering how early it is in the season. It's almost the size I got last year with store-bought garlic, so so cool. That one's toast. I wonder, soil's pretty damp. Maybe it was too wet? Although we've been in a drought, so maybe it's too dry and it's just wet because we actually got rain last night. I don't know. Still have a lot left, but these are early. Okay, well, I'm on a tear now, so I'm just gonna pull out all the ones that are showing signs of being ready, even if they're small, 'cause they're not gonna get any bigger once they die back. That got heavily shaded out, so that's not surprising. Oh no. Must not get distracted. We're here for a garden tour, but if that's the spindly ones that died back early, the ones with the thick stalks. Ooh, I have high hopes for those. Okay. Bush beans. Oh, this is what's getting me so excited. See that little hint of purple? Those are red swan bush beans, and they're close to being ready to harvest. Another couple days on these. Oh, it's insane. Bush beans do produce faster than pole beans, but they're doing really well. And then this is, I think, Blue Lake bush beans. I'd have to check the tag, but yeah. Not all the varieties are producing yet, but they're all flowering. Oh, finally! Finally my cucamelon sprouted. Man, that took its sweet time. That'll climb up this trellis here. And then I have some backup squash that I direct sowed that is sprouted. And oh, I forgot I had a watermelon over here. It was an orange tender sweet per my tag. I do have what I believe to be volunteer sunflowers popping up everywhere. I think, I know, I'm not sure. No, that's a sunflower. That's a sunflower. Sure, we'll just go with it. And if you've been following along for a while, you know I love my squash. We got squash. Oh, I'm so excited. Some of them are a little bit smaller than others, but they are looking fabulous. That is a Zephyr zucchini. Yellow crookneck. I've already been pulling off squash vine borer eggs from these. I feel like it's so much earlier in the season, but I think I say that every year. So I planted a Patterson's white squash here, a seed direct sowed, because my transplant didn't take, but two things came up. My squash plant, and I'm pretty sure this is a watermelon. I don't know how that got in there. And I have no idea what variety it may be. That watermelon was on purpose though. That's a black diamond. And she's looking really good. Ooh. We got a little bud coming. Come on, focus. Focus. Here we kind of go. Right there. There you go. But there. Do you see that? That brown speck? That is a squash vine borer egg. Scrape that off. My basil and citronella coming in nicely. Parsley. This is the second year for parsley, so I have a feeling it's gonna flower on me or get scale. That's exactly what that is. Alrighty. I'm gonna give that to the chickens. Okay, now that I know is a sunflower, I planted that on purpose, so she's doing nicely. Very pretty. And that's the gold Macarbe scallop squash, another summer squash. Looking lovely. Oh, I need to start training this up with a post. If you remember, I'm growing half on vertically on supports and half I'll just let sprawl. See how it handles pest. Now that's a Brussels sprout. That is a beautiful plant. It's pretty late in the season for brassicas here because we get so hot so fast and pests become a major issue. I haven't successfully grown Brussels sprouts yet because usually the heat takes them out before they reach maturity or pests, but that's looking really nice. I don't see any pest damage on it. None of them. Dripping, sorry, I just watered that. I got distracted and noticed that they needed some water when I saw the bugs. Huh. So we'll just have to wait and find out if that turns into anything. Lychee tomato, this vicious, angry, thorny monster. Thorny monster. Is loaded with fruit. Yeah, even the fruit has thorns. Vicious. But the husk, once the fruit is ripe, actually turns brown and peels back, exposing the fruit so you don't have to touch the thorns in order to harvest them, thank goodness. But it's still loaded with flowers. I want to get in here and show you more, but you can't touch it. I'm hoping that there's one that's maybe close to being ripe I can show you, but I don't think we are there yet. So this pepper plant is the Jalapeño. This is the one I bought from the store, started because I had such struggles with my pepper and tomato plants, starting them from seed this year. It's doing really well, flowering. Potatoes are still everywhere and doing great. They are starting to experience some damage here. I've been seeing some potato beetles. I think that's the cause of the yellowing here and not necessarily from the heat. Nothing is flowered yet. Let's check over here. Yeah, same thing. A little bit of pest damage. And potato beetles, they don't just eat the leaves, like holes and tattered leaves, but they spread disease. So that's what you're seeing there. It's probably blight spread by the potato beetles. But yeah, no flowers yet. Looking real good though. Hopefully we'll get a decent potato harvest. More squash that has grown so much. I don't even think these were tied up at all on the posts in my first video. It was only 2 weeks ago. Massive already. No fruit set on these yet. These are the long white zucchini and the golden delight. You can see the teeny tiny ones. That when they flower, if they get pollinated from a male flower, then that female part of the flower turns into the fruit you eat. Oh, it's going to be a wild jungle in here so soon. The tomatoes I started from seed are finally starting to look like tomato plants. Granted, not big tomato plants, but at least tomato plants instead of spindly little... Yeah, one's still looking a little spindly, but they are finally growing. Oh, carrot, get out of the way. It was Black from Tula, Brandywine, Champagne Bubbles, that's a cherry tomato, and that's Acres tomato. And I did, for good measure, purchase one tomato start from the store. This is a Mr. Stripey, and yep, this one is already fruiting. So mine are quite behind, but that's okay. It's all right. They'll catch up. Tiny little tidy treats tomato. I decided to just let it do its thing. Plant it. Beep. It's so little. I mean, they're small in general. They are a very compact tomato, but it's not going anywhere anytime fast. Oh, that carrot is about to start trying to bolt and flower. Let's see. Okay. Well, a couple things here. I did not plant orange carrots here. I planted purple carrots here. Second thing, that's an insane split, and it looks like broke off in the ground, although I didn't feel it break off. Huh, there's the rest of it. Okay. Oh, that one's split. Might as well pull it too. See, now that's a purple carrot. That's the color that was supposed to come out. Such inconsistent watering. We have had severe drought conditions lately, and I can only do so much. I mean, yeah, a gardener can water all they want, but nothing beats a good rain. Let me just add these to the pile of things I get distracted by. Okay, while we're here, why don't we just turn this into a harvest as well? Might as well. One beet. 2 beet. I'll leave that one. Should have brought my basket. Okay, Bikinho pepper. Oh, I didn't even notice that. It's got fruit. Plant doesn't look great. This is one I overwintered in the garage in a pot. It's starting to grow, but it's fruiting. I love these peppers. They are mildly spicy, like very mildly spicy, with like a sweet, fruity but smoky taste to them. Oh, they go good on pretty much everything. And that New Mex Easter pepper, finally is starting to grow. We had 2 leaves for the longest time. Still small, but it should pick up the pace here soon. Same with banana pepper over there. I told you I had pepper and tomato problems. I wasn't kidding. That's okay. I did finally get some ground cherries to germinate, so we've got a couple over here, and then I've got a couple more in another bed I'll show you in a minute. And that is another carrot that wants to go to seed. And it's just getting too hot for them. It's not even that big. Got it before it split too bad, though. Oh, wow. I just happened to feel the one next to it. What is that? Sure. Why not? Add those to the pile. Not much going on with my Nanas de América melons yet. They're just, getting bigger. Eventually they'll climb over this. Got one over there too, but they're little. Or 2 over there. Ooh, peas. That feels like a good pea. Ooh, more peas. Can I see them? Kinda. That looks good. No, we'll give them more time. But that's a good one. Jeez, I had no idea this many were here. I usually don't have the best luck with peas because, again, it just gets too hot too fast. Let's do pocket peas. I guess that's my sign. That is going to be the time of year where you can't go out to the garden without a basket. Even if your intention is to just look around. But I mean, I'm not complaining. Yeah. Huh. That sure does look like a pepper. I didn't plant that pepper. It's kind of hidden by a leaf there. Man, can't start peppers indoors to save my life this year, but I've gone volunteering. I'm probably a banana pepper. I don't know. At this point, your guess is as good as mine. I wish smell-o-vision existed. All the star jasmine is blooming and smells absolutely divine. It's been blooming for a couple weeks now. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's the best, and I've got an entire wall of it. Ooh, ripe strawberry? Ripe strawberry. Not too much going on with the strawberries. They're still recovering from being transplanted and dealing with disease. I found out that it's not strawberry crown rot. I actually went strawberry picking with my family last week and spoke to one of the owners of the farm, and he was telling me about a new disease impacting strawberries and actually affected part of their crop 2 years in a row. It's relatively new to the area. I can't remember what the disease is called offhand. It's one of those crazy, long, weird names, but basically exactly what you see here. They were producing, looking beautiful, and then one day they wilt and then they turn brown and become crunchy. I believe it is a fungal disease, but it's very prevalent right now. So this is the green stalk strawberries that I didn't sterilize and replant. So I'm just letting these live their life because a lot of them are hanging on and doing decent. I'm just planting other things in the pockets as the strawberries die back. This will eventually be converted into my green stalk tower, or my strawberry tower. This was just freshly planted, so all these plants are very, very young and small, but they are starting to put on some fruit. Pause for a strawberry break. Pawpaw tree is finally waking up. Pawpaw tree, I mean more like pawpaw stick. It's got this last year as a bare root plant, very small. Rosemary's struggling a little bit because I had a lovely worker come through my yard and decide to just stomp random plants they thought were in their way. Yeah, they weren't in their way. He is just angry man who's having a bad day and decided to take it out of my plants. But it's alright, that happened a couple weeks ago. Not the end of the world. A little salty about it, but it's fine. He also stomped on my artichoke plant, which was absolutely massive, but he snapped it from the roots. So I put it in a container, like a little hospital pot. I've been babying it back to health, and the younger leaves, it's starting to grow again, but it was definitely set back. So now, who knows if I'm gonna get any artichokes this year. Oh, this is kind of cool. So these are actually native plants. These are winter berries or tea berries, wintergreen or tea berries, and they produce a little red berry that tastes like spearmint, and they're starting to flower. This is the first year I've had these in the ground, so I haven't been able to try the fruit on them yet, but I'm very excited. Got 3 of those, and then over here, I noticed today, I thought it was bird poop at first, but this is my Stevens cranberry, and not bird poop. It's flowering too. Okay, so I think that's pretty much everything in the main garden bed area, but let me show you the 2-week difference in the other garden bed that has my corn and loofah. So this is how it looked 2 weeks ago. And this is how it looks today. That corn was barely breaking the surface. It barely germinated, and now, can you see that? It's not quite waist high yet because I got to factor in it's in a raised bed, but she's looking big and beautiful. That's Golden Bantam sweet corn, and doing fabulously this year. Oh, look at it. Okay, I know, I'm geeking out over plants a little bit. And yes, I was digging in the dirt. You saw me do it, so my hands are dirty. But that is a watermelon bloom. This is a sugar baby watermelon. It's already blooming. Wow. Don't mind me multitasking poorly. And then it's a loofah plant that had barely come out of the ground on the last video, and it's now climbing. Oh, and yes, that sunflower was on purpose. That one I actually did plant. That wasn't a volunteer. She's thick. You can see I have a pest problem. It's called canine Enola. My dog Enola likes to taste test anything that hangs over the edge. So those are little yellow lab bites. Now you might understand why I have a fence around my entire garden. I got a few more sweet potatoes in the ground, and they're picking up growth nicely. I've got a few on this side too. Okay, I need to stop checking peas. I need to stop looking for things to pick. Okay, and this is another variety of loofah. And more watermelon. I will grow a good-sized watermelon this year. I will. I am going to will it into being. I can grow a lot of things, but for some reason I've always struggled with watermelon. And even the ones that I'm successful with are maybe a quarter of the size that they're supposed to be. But it will happen this year. I hope. Ran in and got my basket. So don't forget these out here, because that is something I would do. Those are some nice looking beets. I don't have too many of them because my seeds were old and most of them didn't germinate, but I'll take it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I need to hang these to dry. And peas. And peas. Is that everything? I didn't plan on making this a harvest video. On to the front yard, and just want to show you my orchid, which is currently blooming. I love orchids. They are by far my favorite flower. And I struggle with them. It's a love-hate relationship. I love them, they hate me. Over the weekend, I actually brought out the front landscaping quite a bit. So it used to be lined up with all those plants and stop right there. But I was having an issue where the bushes were too close and they would overcrowd the flowers very quickly, even with regular trimming. So I expanded it out. I'm still working on moving everything around and replanting. But I figured I had all that mulch, why not do it? Got some good color in there. I started moving some of the purple heart there. Still have a couple more to do, but look at that teeny tiny dwarf rose. So pretty. So tiny. See if you can see it in the sea of green, but oh no. No, 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 no. Oh, they've arrived. And Japanese beetles. Yep. Better set out my bait traps. Well, I found my cherry tree that has just started waking up, so there's not much foliage and they can quickly defoliate it fast. So I'm gonna have to cover that with some insect mesh. Give it a chance. Ooh, they're the worst, which means my beans are going to get it next. And my raspberries. Just when everything's looking so nice and green too. Oh, this was that Nancy Garrison passion fruit that I believe 2 weeks ago was barely popping out of the surface. It's going to start slow, but then it's just going to take off and grow like crazy. Dorman red raspberries are putting on a lot of flowers. No ripe fruit yet. They are usually a little bit later than my gold raspberries, which I'll show you in a second, which I've picked a handful off of. Not much, but a handful. But they're not that far behind. And since I last showed you, my persimmons have actually bloomed. Oh, those aren't very pretty. Those are a few days old. Let's see if I can find you some newer blooms. You know, I'm not mad that I'm not finding newer blooms because it looks like these were probably all pollinated. Yes. So many. I'll just keep the Japanese beetles off of this for as long as I can. Oh, here you go. There you go. There are some pretty fresh blooms. Oh, they smell so good. But they're just, I think they're the cutest little flowers. So cute. And it's absolutely loaded. If all these hang on, this is going to be a good persimmon year. And here's the golden raspberries that I've picked, well, like 6 off of so far. They're doing very well. And I can't wait until we get to the point where I can have raspberries for breakfast every morning. You see that's one that I picked. And soon we'll also have blueberries. These are the pink lemonade blueberries, so these will ripen to a very pretty pink. Quite a few. These plants, they struggle here. So my plan, there's another one that's just a more standard blueberry, but you can see how tiny they are. These are not young plants. These have been here for a while, and they're just kind of stunted. The plan is after they're done fruiting and I've picked everything, I am going to move them to a new location, along with one that I still have in a pot. Let me give you a close-up of, what is this? I don't know. But there's not too many on there, and it's such a tiny plant. This is like 4 years old. So I think it's just the location. They need more sun. It gets shaded out by my house quite a bit, which is right there. So they'll be going in the front yard as soon as the berries are done. Well, I think that about covers it for the changes that have happened in the last 2 weeks. It's insane how much it has changed in only 2 weeks. So, whew. Can you imagine in another couple weeks? It's gonna be so wild and beautiful and brilliant. I'm here for it. I would also like to get some rain, so it says we're supposed to get some rain later in the week, but not a whole lot of it. But that will really wake things up if we do. Oh, I almost forgot. More ground cherries. It's that point in the spring where I've got a lot of leftover stuff and I'm just sticking them wherever I can fit them. But anyway, I have dogs staring at me through my window saying, "Mom, it's dinner time." So I gotta go in. But I hope you enjoyed that update and are as shocked as I am how much it has grown and changed in just 2 weeks. Smudge. Smudge is still being a nuisance. That was a different video with the chickens if you want to check it out. I think it was 1 video ago. It's the most recent beyond this one. But anyway, thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye.